What's good, humble family? How y'all feeling, man? Pray you all are well, blessed, safe, taking care of yourselves, spreading the put love and positivity in the air. Yes, sir. Look, it's 3 a.m. right now, man. It's 3 a.m. right now. We here making a video. We up. We active. We doing okay. We doing things differently this year. Remember that everything that we do that hasn't been working out in your favor for these past couple of years, we switching it up this year because obviously it's not working right. So let's try something different. But with that, trying something different, it's going to be tough because we're not used to it. It's getting us out of our comfort zone, okay? But one of the main things that comes with switching things up, doing things differently, is starting, okay? Just start. Humble family. Do we realize how far we could be in our journey, how far we would be towards our goals if we would just start? A lot of us wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, the perfect motivation to go ahead and, do whatever, is desired for you to do, right? But a lot of us lack to think that motivation dies, right? We forget that motivation dies. So yeah, we might be feeling motivated for the past 3-4 days, maybe even a week. But best believe there is going to be a time where you don't want to do that thing, where you don't have that fire in you no more. But those are the days that you got to show up, right? Those are the days that means the most, actually, because when you doing things that goes, with your journey, that can elevate you in your journey, when you're doing those things and you don't feel like doing it, but you know that you have to, you can't take that day off, you can't keep lying to yourself and pushing it back, and you show up for yourself and you still perform it, man, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. You might be tired in the process, but you'll feel great about yourself after. Okay, but it all starts with just starting. You have to start, even if it's baby steps, okay? Going to the gym, working out, losing weight, right? You don't want to just straight go in the gym and just straight do 2 hours or straight just working out to your max. No, you want to take baby steps towards it, okay? You want to start off small, and a lot of us don't want to because we want to see fast results, right? We want instant results. We want to lose weight and stuff as quick as possible. Okay, but this journey is a process. What Nipsey always say is it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, this journey that we're on, whatever the journey you may be taking, it's a marathon. You have to enjoy the process. So some of the times, so we don't burn ourselves out and we don't force ourselves to lose that motivation by overworking ourselves and just overthinking and overwhelming ourselves. We have to take baby steps. We have to take baby steps. So sometimes you might not even have a target, like a goal, like a target or a goal, like a end weight or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean that you don't start. Sometimes you just gotta just start. It's that simple. Just start. Just step into the gym. Walk on the treadmill for about 20 minutes. Just start to easily, gravitate towards these things, and it'll work itself out. You gotta trust the process. You gotta trust and believe in the process. You'll work your way up. It's not gonna be a slow grind forever and ever and ever. But once you start to get comfortable, once you start to get used to it, then it starts to become a little bit easier. But we gotta remember, when we get comfortable with whatever we achieve and stuff like that, that means it's time to elevate. Don't stay in that same comfortable position. Yeah, I finally starting to get in the gym and I'm doing my workouts. I'm starting to see progress. Like, yeah, keep going. But once you getting comfortable with it, you're like, okay, what next? So when you get that thought, what next? What can I do now? That's when you need to elevate. Step up your reps, change up your times that you go, make it more challenging for yourself. That's what we got to do this year. We got to make challenges for ourselves. We got to set challenges that we know we don't want to face, that we know we don't want to do, but it can help us in our journey to be more disciplined. Okay, I like to go to the gym early in the morning now before work. I mentioned this before. I be to work at 5 a.m. So I like to be in the gym by 2:30 a.m. Okay, that's different from me. Usually I try to go to the gym after work, but that doesn't really work out all the time. You know, I have a lot of days where I'm just like, I don't feel like it. I had a long day at work. I don't feel like it, and this and that. So I was making a lot of excuses for myself, right? But me switching over and going to the gym dumb early in the morning, it actually helps me out because I just I feel more accomplished and I feel more energized and ready for work. And then knowing the fact that I don't have to put on gym clothes and go right after the gym and deal with the crowds and people and stuff like that. It's a beautiful feeling. So working out in the morning, it works out for me, but it's challenging because I like to sleep in. I like to get up at the last minute. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying to change that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change that this year. I'm trying to change myself. So I discipline myself to get up. Excuse me. I discipline myself to get up early, make days that I go to the gym dumb early, and I get in there and I work out. That's what I do. Okay, but I had to start. I had to start. You know, when I came up with that idea, I wasn't excited about it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't even think I could. But once I started, it started and started. It starts to get a little bit more easy. Okay. Now, I overslept today. Okay, I overslept, and it didn't make sense for me to go because I had to leave out of there at a certain time so I can get ready for work and be to work on time. Can't be late. Okay, so it didn't really work out today, but hey, I'm still switching over and I'm doing something productive. Okay, making a YouTube video. Okay, so you know, just start. That's what this video, that's what this topic is going to be about. Just start. You have to start somewhere, okay? And if you don't start, you're pushing yourself back. You're holding yourself back. You're holding your future self back from elevating, from coming out your inner self, holding back that new person every time you don't start. Okay? I really want y'all to sit back. Really take the time to sit back and think about how far you would be in the next 3-6 months if you just start. And you might can't even see the vision right now. You might can't, but I promise you, Humble Family, I promise you, with baby steps and just starting, with being consistent with it, okay? Being consistent with it, I promise you, you're going to see progress. You're going to see change, okay? But it all has to happen with just starting, just taking that step, okay? Just taking that step, just moving forward, okay? When I started doing my runs, I really didn't have a purpose. I just knew that I wanted to get out there and get my body moving, get my body active. And like I said, I didn't make it to the gym all the time. So I'm like, what else can I do that'll help me do that? So first it started off with just me walking. I just used to walk around the neighborhood, take a nice little walk, very enjoyable, very peaceful, able to listen to God's voice. Then I wanted to start running, okay, because I also wanted to, you know, get fit too as well like that. So I started running. And when I started running, it was only a half a mile. I was only doing a half a mile. Then I graduated and I did like a mile. Then I started to do a mile and a half. And then the other day when I was running, I did 2 miles straight. Now, I'm able to do 2 miles in the gym on the treadmill, but outside in the neighborhood, it's a little bit different because, you know, I got some hills that I'm running up and, you know, turns and everything like that. So it takes a little bit more energy. But the other day I was able to do it. And I was so proud of myself. I was just so proud of myself and I was happy. And even though it was real cold outside, you know, I bundled up good, put some gloves on, and I still did my run. I didn't make no excuses. Didn't make no excuses about the temperature or none of that. Now I'm saying be smart with it. Don't go out here in negative degree weather, you know, and all this, get yourself sick and all that. Now live to fight another day. But just make sure that you're not, that the excuse that you're making, if any, is not because you just feel like procrastinating, just because you just don't feel like doing it. Don't make the excuse for that, okay? Get out and do it. Just start. Just start, Humble Family, and let the process work, okay? Let the journey come to you. Let the journey work, okay? Remember, it's not our purpose that we're serving. It's a God-given purpose. God gave us this purpose, so we need to fulfill it. It's not ours. It's not our idea. God gave us this idea. God gave us the vision. So we have to do everything in our power to make that possible. That's why we're here. We wasn't just here just because, hey, I'm gonna just put you down here and this and that. No, God didn't intend that. God sent every one of us here, put every one of us here because we have a mission, because we have a purpose to fulfill. And he's waiting for you to do it. He's waiting for us to accomplish it. And if you're still here, but you still haven't fulfilled that purpose, but you're still here, that means that God really, really needs you to do this. And he needs you to wake up. And you're that close to waking up. It's not like you're just wandering off, just like, no, you're looking for your purpose, and God sees that. But we need to really focus and lock in on that, okay? Stop being distracted by this outside noise and stuff like that. Humble family, we need to fight, okay? A lot of things that's not a part of our journey is trying to grab our attention. That's why it's so important for us to just start doing something, because a lot of this outside noise and the outside world is trying to grab our attention, from the killings, from the politics, from everything that's just going on. It's all a distraction from yourself. It's all a distraction from yourself and from your purpose. Okay, that's why we don't start a lot of things, man, because we're either living in fear because of what this world is coming to, or we just don't have that inspiration, that motivation, because we're so, like I said, distracted on these negative things around that's going on around the world. But humble family, let this be a reminder to you that this is a brand new year. This is 2026. We need to be doing things different. We need to be moving different. Okay, if you haven't been happy with how your journey's been going, you not happy about the situation, the place that you're in, then I'm talking to you. We need to be moving different. We need to be doing things differently, humble family. Get to work on time. Okay, have a different attitude about work. Go into it with a positive mindset. Okay, all these things you have to start. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect right away, but you have to start. So start going in there with a good attitude. Start changing your mindset about, being at work. Yeah, nobody wants to be at work. Yeah, we don't want to do that, especially if it's something that we don't love doing, right? But right now, this is the situation that you put yourself in. You can get yourself out of it if you want. But until then, man, make the best out of each situation. You can learn a lesson from it. You might hate your job, but you can learn something from it. Never leave a place without having some type of acknowledgement from it. Okay, everything we go through is a lesson or a blessing. All right, humble family, but like I said, man, I'm gonna say it one more time, man. We just gotta start. You gotta start with these things. You gotta start thinking good. You gotta start working out. You gotta start reading. You gotta start writing that book. You gotta start that business plan. You gotta start making moves towards it. Starting. Okay, I would have never been where I'm at in my running journey, jogging 2 miles straight and everything like that. I would have never been like that if I never would have started. Like I said, it started with a half a mile, humble family, all the way up to where I'm at now. I'm so proud of that. But it never would have happened if I didn't start. I was 250 pounds, big, overweight. Okay, I just knew I wanted to lose weight. I wasn't familiar with the gym equipment and this and that. I just knew I wanted to lose weight, so I was doing the most basic things that I knew how to do in the gym. But that was basic, but I was doing it every day. You know how some people, like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I was doing the same things every day. And I started to see that progress, but I kept going because I didn't even acknowledge the progress and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I see it a little bit, but I didn't really pay too much attention because I wanted to be humble about it, and I wanted to still keep going and keep going and keep going. And it didn't happen like that too. I got comfortable. I let people get to my head. Dang, boy, you lost weight. You look good. This and that. So I got comfortable, right? And I gained that weight back. I ain't gonna lie. I not all of it, but I started to gain it back. I started to see my stomach coming back and all that. And I was like, nope. So I made it my mission to do it all over again, but just better this time. Okay. Each time we step into a new phase, we want to do it better. Okay, we don't want to do things the same way. We don't. If that's what it's going to take for you to get back into the routine, then yes. But after a while, you want to elevate. Okay. But the main message I just wanted to get across was just start on the family. Okay, just start. You can go a long way. Your life will change, but it won't change until you start. Okay. All right. Last quote I'm gonna leave out with: shit don't change until you get up and wash your ass. All right, Kendrick Lamar. All right, shit do not change until you get up and wipe your ass, wash your ass, nigga. Okay, get that old shit out, man. All right. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed, keep smiling, keep doing the Lord's work, and I will see y'all next video.